Hey guys, in this video we're going to do a quick roundup of all the new challenges, a quick wrap up of the previous challenges, and we're going to go through the new set that is the Cool Cats replacement, Hustle and Show. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so a lot went on today. I hope you all got lucky with the base set pack, or you're about to do it and join the drop and get yours. There's still quite a few left at the time of recording. I didn't get too much that was exciting, but a pack is a pack at the end of the day. So we've got two new challenges that are up on the site at the moment. We've got Cool Cat 6 and the Metallic Gold Challenge 25. Cool Cats 5 came out. I got Fred Van Vliet and I got him at serial number about 1200, and I got really lucky. Now, I mentioned in a previous video I only spent about $120 on them on completing the challenge because I had a head start. I had a couple of moments and I got an email from Top Shot saying my reward was delivered, and so I opened it up. There it was. I looked at what they were selling for. People were listing him at 250 or above. I can't quite see some of those transactions here or those listings, but anyway, I chucked him up for $180 and I thought, see what happened. I know where this is heading. This is going to head to $100 and then correct or something. And mine sold for $180. So as far as recouping goes, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. I sold him on the high. He went all the way down, as you can see, to $90 for a high serial number. Corrected a bit, overcorrected actually, to the sort of 140 wall, and he's currently sitting at the 125, 120 sort of mark. And that's pretty much exactly where we kind of expected him to be. I had a lot of comments in Twitter and various other places that I've seen on other accounts that it was going to drop to like $50 or $60 or something like that. I never saw that happening, but this is important because we're trying to also analyze what Zach LaVine is going to be worth, so keep that in mind. The Metallic Gold Luka also came out where we thought he would, in between the sort of $2.5, $3 mark. There are some lower transactions, 2,300, 2,400, a couple of high ones for the lower serial numbers, 3,200. This is also where we thought he might be at, somewhere between his sort of Cool Cats and one of his other moments, which again we outlined in the MGLE video. So that was good. He wasn't surprisingly below or above that. The current Metallic Gold Challenge costs $2,892 to complete. The new moments are, as you can see on the screen now. Now, a lot of other people also saw a bump just prior to this being dropped. Someone contacted me about Kobe White getting a bump, and he's not even involved in the challenge. So I think some people were trying to get ahead of the challenge and score some Metallic Gold moments in anticipation that he might be, or guessing, frankly, that he might be involved in the challenge. All these Metallic Golds, if tradition's anything to go by, will be used in a challenge. So if you're still holding some of those MGLEs from that pack drop, you probably will have that involved in a challenge at some point, and that's when they will sell at their highest. Having said that, situationally, you might want the Dapper now. Like I said, Kobe White, as an example, not involved in the challenge, wasn't involved in the previous, did get a bit of a bump today, just by the sheer speculation that he might be involved. So up to you personally what you do with your MGLE moments if you're not going for the challenge. But like I said in the last video, keep being thoughtful around the challenges and what you do with your moments. Now, Zach LaVine, already 3,410 people have completed it. Don't forget that in every Cool Cats challenge, though, that doesn't mean we're going to go to 15,000 mints of Zach LaVine. In every Cool Cats challenge, there's a huge start where people, 2,000-3,000 people have gotten the challenge done, and then it tapers off. Less people are completing it every single day. So after not even 24 hours of this being released, we're about here right now in the Cool Cats 5 comparison. About 3,000 people have completed. And remember, only 6,500 completed the Fred Van Vliet challenge, and he was worth 130. More of you, we got really lucky like me. So what is Zach LaVine going to be worth? It's purely speculative, but if history is anything to go by, it's going to be a little bit less than Westbrook and Van Vliet. So his floor might be a little bit lower. He might again start high and then drop a bit lower and then come back, and his ceiling will also be a bit lower, judging by the potential mint counts here. I still think he's going to be a bit higher than Fred VanVleet in terms of mint counts, but I don't think he's going to be anything crazy. In fact, if he gets to 10,000, I may be surprised. Oh, well, I wouldn't be surprised, but it would definitely be more than the rest of the recent ones that we've had lately. So Cool Cat, Zach LaVine, should you go for it? Currently $180. I, again, had another head start. I had two of the moments. I had DeAndre and I had Bam. Interestingly, Bam was in the previous Mike Conley challenge, and at the time he got to $70, currently at around $40. But at the time of the Conley challenge, there was a much less circulation, so it was acting like an LE moment, as opposed to, well, you can see it back here actually, $70, and then it dived after the Conley challenge. And now this is the way that obviously Top Shot have decided to reward people who have held those moments by making it relevant again and reusing it in the challenge. So that was clearly a kind of change of policy. The other one was Clint Capella was previously used in the Cool Cats 3 challenge, I believe it was, off the top of my head. So if we look at him, he's currently sitting at $29. And when he was in a previous challenge, I mean, he was upwards of $37. So he's basically recouped his old value. So if you did a couple of those challenges and you held them, I guess this is a small way Top Shot have tried to reward that. For me, I'm glad it was Bam and not the other ones I got rid of from that Mike Conley challenge. Kind of like Bam more than some of the other ones that were there, so that's good. The Fred VanVleet challenge, those moments dropped back all the way to $31, and just before the completion, they were worth $236. And then, so that's a huge drop off again. So if you're spending $236 to get Fred VanVleet, obviously there's a slight loss there. Think about your motives as well. I keep seeing people saying, I want to complete a challenge in case it's a requirement for eligibility for pack drops. That is the wrong reason to do these challenges. At the moment, again, just be thoughtful around the moments that you have that are involved in the challenges. Sell them on the high and buy them on the low on the days that they get announced. All that is fine. But I don't think people should be doing a challenge just on the sole basis that it might be a requirement. We don't know enough about that, and the future is collector score. And from what I can tell from reading between the lines of all the office hours recently, the collector score, you'll get points for completing a challenge and that'll go to your score, but it won't be a sole requirement. So your sole motivation for doing a challenge based on pack eligibility is kind of flawed. So do it if it's right for you at this moment in time. If in future it becomes an eligibility thing, worry about it then. There'll be common challenges then, and you won't need to, I doubt you'll need to really panic about it, because there will be other ways. Clearly there's a moment minimum, like 15 moments has been a requirement for the last two pack drops. So do challenges if they're right for you. Don't do them for eligibility reasons. I really do believe that right now. The Master Challenge I wanted to touch on because a lot of people are still holding some of the rewards like Westbrook or Van Should you move them now? Should I move them when their Master Challenge gets announced? We know the Master Challenge is going to wind up really, really soon, sometime in May. Challenges are obviously coming back to back thick and fast, so it feels like they are winding it up to me. Theoretically, yes, some of these moments should get a bump when they clarify what's going to happen around the Master Challenge. So if you are holding a Westbrook or a Nikola Jokic, for example, you may, if you can, hold until you get some sort of announcement from Top Shot regarding the Master. I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket either, though, or expect this massive 50% boost or pump. Because a lot of people who are doing this Master Challenge, they have a lot of these moments. Look, there's 1,755 people who have 25 out of the 26 moments out there, which is the most you can have right now. There obviously will be latecomers that are going to go to complete this Master Challenge, but if you're holding some of these moments, just consider your options. If you can wait a little bit, you might get a little bit of a bump. If you want to cash in now, there's probably no harm in that either. I don't expect massive losses if you were to get rid of your Jokic right now, for example. And speaking of which, you can see VanVleet here at 122 and Jokic at 164 and Westbrook at 187. And they were the last three challenges from Cool Cats that we had. So when we're thinking about Zach LaVine, we're probably thinking his floor and ceiling is going to be a little bit lower than Fred VanVleet. And it looks like, again, that Zach will have more mints. Whatever that be, whatever it lands, it looks like it will have more. This is what Fred did today. Like I said, he started high. I sold somewhere around here. I can't actually see my transaction here. But he was basically right here at 180. I was very early, so I was very lucky to recoup that much. Sorry, Fred, I do like your moment, but for 180, I was willing to accept that. And I had a plan. I bought a couple of things today as well, including some things for the Zach LaVine challenge, which is all but completed for me as well. So he's settled at the 120. And also with Fred VanVleet, I wanted to look at Russell Westbrook. So this is his first day here. Obviously, the same sort of thing happened, only he started low and then went high. So it's one way or another with the tides of new moments. People don't know how to value new moments. I've said this a million times, and that's going to be very relevant when we talk about hustle and show. But interestingly, Russell's had a steady rise since his release. So maybe Fred gets a bit of that love as well, and also Zach, and maybe that's what's happening with the Cool Cats Master. He's gone up from around 147 to the 187 mark in the last in the last week or so. So that's interesting in that maybe people are starting to think about the Cool Cats Master Challenge. So up to you completely what you do if you're holding some moments there. But we got an announcement about Hustle and Flow, which is really interesting. And we know that they've been minted. They're ready to go. There's 18,000 of each. This is the Cool Cats replacement. It's a common base set, so I'm expecting it to be $14. And I'm not stressed about having Twitter on overnight while I'm sleeping or anything like that, because Top Shot have said when we're going to get a pack release regarding Cool Cats, for example, for a drop, not a release, but a drop like this, we will get 8 hours notice. So I expect an email or something from Top Shot, even Top Shot's actual Twitter account announcing it before we need to worry about when the drop is or anything like that. So whenever it happens, I believe we'll all know about it. We times these 18,000 by the 8 moments that are here. That's 144,000 packs, minus a few that, they would hold back for failed transactions or reimbursements or celebrity openings or something like that. So 140,000 packs should be coming available very, very soon. We don't usually wait too long once they're minted like this for them to reach our packs, essentially. But you can also see that Giannis is here currently with no mints because he's going to be a reward for a challenge involving these players. So we've got Hustle and Show coming up. I keep wanting to call it Hustle and Flow. I think that was a movie or something. But anyway, it's Hustle and Show. I think it's meant to show the grittiest and flashiest moments from this season. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I believe I read that. I just couldn't find the quote when I came to filming this video. So that's next to look forward to, and I'm glad Cool Cats is getting replaced. I think when it started, it had one vision, and since then, Top Shot, the landscape has changed so much. It's all become a bit stale, and I look forward to the end of it, to be honest. I look forward to moving on to new things like this, and obviously, as you know, the playoffs. Also, I just wanted to acknowledge I got a gift very unexpectedly. I could display their Top Shot username, but I'm not sure if I meant to. But it was a Charlotte Hornets player, and I'm really grateful. Thank you. I don't know why it was gifted. So please reach out if it was you. I'd love to thank you in person, but yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that. And again, just another credit to this community and you guys that you are the best. And it didn't go unnoticed, and I really appreciate that. And it was a moment I didn't have, so I will cherish it. Anyway, that's a quick roundup from me. Let me know in the comments if you're going to go for the Zach LaVine or the metallic gold challenges and what you think about Hustle and Show. And I will read them, reply, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good day. See ya.